Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today for the January 2022 Mystery Block of the Month. I'm so excited to be starting another year of this project with you, and I know you're going to love this quilt. It's actually one of my favorite Block of the Month mystery quilts that I've designed to date. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you this month's block, but also give you like some general overview information that will help you out for the whole year. Here we go. Okay, so this is our block. As I mentioned, I really love it. I really love this whole quilt. I'm super excited to make it with you throughout the year. Just a couple things about the quilt along in general. First Thursday of each month for the block patterns and the videos. Yes, every single one of the 12 blocks will have a churn dash outside with a fun block inside. So you can know that you are going to have those, and you can actually, if you wanted to get ahead, you could make these churn block sections of your block, you could make them all now and be prepared. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using 3 different gray prints so that it'll make it a little bit more scrappy for my block. So you can do that, or you can just use one fabric throughout your quilt for all of those churn dash sections, or you can use 12 different fabrics in the same color family. You can make it scrappy. You're going to have a lot of different options, but I did want to let you know, and we do have all the fabric requirements available for this one. I wanted to let everybody know, because if you just use one print, you're going to need a yard of that. So, and if you're going to make it, for me, I'm using 3 different prints, so I'm using 1/3 of a yard of each. And it can vary depending on how many you use. If you are using 12 different prints, you're really only going to need a 1.5 inch by width of fabric strip of each of the 12 prints that you use. So I wanted to let you know about that ahead of time. Also, just a fun fact, there will be 6 of the blocks will be stars, and then there will be different kinds of stars, not the same star, so 6 different stars. And then there will also be 6 other fun block designs for the centers. And I'm using Seashore Drive for my 12-inch block quilt. We're filming this video early before Christmas, and I haven't yet pieced my 6-inch block, but I'm going to use Minnick and Simpson fabrics for that, and I will have that block done by the time this video airs, so we'll have a picture of it popped up in the video so you can see my little 6-inch block. I'm super excited to be making a patriotic version for my smaller quilt. For this month's block, you're going to need the Block Lock Flying Geese rulers are very helpful. The 2x4 for the 12-inch blocks and the 1x2 finished for the 6-inch blocks, and I'll have links to these. And also, I just wanted to mention, I used my clapper for the very first time when making this block, and I love how it worked. I love how flat my block looks. So really love clappers. I actually have 3 different clappers now, and I was chain piecing different sections, and I was using all of the clappers at once. So maybe one clapper is not enough. Okay, I'm just going to show you one little trick also before we end today's video about making these strip piece sections. I've shown this on other videos before, but I wanted to show it to you now, especially if you're chain piecing and making all of these churn block parts of your block together. So I've got a width of fabric strip set that I made. As I mentioned, I'm going to use 3 different grays, so this will be for February's block. And I've got them sewn together, and I pressed toward the dark, And I'm just going to tell you, it's super easy to trim these exactly to size at once. I'm just going to kind of give myself 4 different sections. Okay, so I've got 4 different sections. If you're using fat quarters for these, you'll be able to just cut 2 strips 1.5 inches wide by the width of your fat quarter for each block. Okay, but I need to trim these exactly to the size that they're going to have to be, which is 8.5 inches for the large 12-inch blocks. And so the way I do this is, these are all roughly 10.5 to 11 inches right now. I line them up. I make sure that the seams are not on top of each other. That way I can trim these all together. But see, I've got all 4 of them lined up. They're going to be able to smoothly be cut because those seams are not on top of each other. And I'm going to use an 8.5 inch wide ruler. That's going to make it even easier. I'm going to just even up this side. Throw those away. Oops, did not mean to hit that, but put it back where it was. But anyway, my ruler is 8.5 inches wide, so I'm going to make sure that all those left edges are lined up. Put my ruler on it. And there, now I've got the sections for my February block churn dash already cut. And so really this will save you a lot of time if you get those fabrics early and make these units for the rest of the year. Then it's just an 8-inch block, an 8-inch finished block that you'll be making each month. And then also for the half square triangles, if you're using one fabric, I really recommend triangle paper because they will go so quickly, because you'll be needing to make 48 for the year. So I'll put that a link for the size triangle paper that you'll need. And if you're switching them around, if you're using 3 fabrics, then you're still going to need 16 of each. So triangle paper really is probably the way to go unless you're making your churn dash section different each month. So there we have it. Go ahead to the blog to get the PDF pattern. And if you don't have the fabric requirements yet, you can grab those from the blog as well. And like I said, just super excited to be sewing along with you on this one. Okay, so that's it for the January block. I hope you love it. As I mentioned earlier, we will be following the same schedule as last year. I'll be releasing the block patterns on the first Thursday of the month. You will need to go to the blog to get the PDF, and we will have the videos always on the YouTube channel here and also usually on the blog, unless it turns into too long to put it on the blog. But we're super excited. We hope you will love following along and making this quilt with us. And if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thanks so much for stopping by.